You know, my friends, I have just one word for this fragrance, just one word. It begins with G and it ends in us. And you're going to say, wait a minute, Leggy, does that mean it's going to be a really short review? That bit I can't guarantee. The word for this fragrance is gorgeous. Okay, remember my words. First of all, though, come here. Let me give you a massively warm welcome, arms open wide warm welcome to a crazy John Legg fragrance review. I'm not an expert, I'm no fragrance expert at all. In fact, I will tell you that I'm just a crazy random guy with a massive collection of fragrances. My aim is to share them with you, but the real aim is to inspire you, to spray, perpetually. I don't think I've ever used that word before. Okay, I mean all the time. Every day spray a good fragrance and you will have, my friends, guarantee you will have so much better a day. Now, I've already told you how good this fragrance is because I've used the word gorgeous. So perhaps we've got enough time to do an unboxing. I don't really do unboxings. Should we do an unboxing? Because look, here we go. Okay. So this fragrance, my friends, is called HAYAATI Royale and it's made by Fragrance World. And I have to be honest, hand on heart, Fragrance World are absolutely on fire. I don't really know of any Fragrance Worlds except for their copy of Baccarat Rouge 540, which I do have a little bit of an issue with. That's the only one I have an issue with. Every other Fragrance World, seriously, is absolutely amazing. And this one is no exception. So let's have a look. Brown box. Look at that. It's got a sticker on the back, a holographic sticker. It's got a QR code there. I'm good at unboxing. And it's got a barcode. You know, what more could you want with a fragrance? It's got all the different stuff on there, loads and loads of blurb on the bottom, and then my friends, it's not like an opening lid thing, it's a separating. It's like you have to pull upwards and downwards. Well, just hold this and then pull upwards. Here we go. Now, I don't do unboxing, my friends. I do not do unboxings at all because I want to tell you how good this fragrance is. I want to tell you how it performs. I want to tell you roughly how it's going to smell and the reactions you're going to get. Seriously, my friends, I don't do unboxings. I don't do first impressions. They're an absolute waste of time. Look, that is an empty bottle of this fragrance. I have had that maybe 4 or 5 months. I've absolutely hammered it. I am now on my new bottle. So I can hand on heart tell you how good this fragrance is. Now, the weird thing is, this is weird. The first bottle I had is this one. Ridiculously, it looks like exactly the same bottle, exactly the same style as some of the Latifahs, and redunculously it shares the same name, HAYAATI. So whether the lucky man that sells bottles to these sort of Arab sort of producers says, you know what, to Latifahs, you know what, I'll sell you a load of these bottles, to Fragrance World, I'll sell you a load of these bottles, so they all end up with the same sort of bottles, I don't know. But honestly, my friends, my first bottle of HAYAATI Royale by Fragrance World was in exactly the same style bottle, as the Latifahs HAYAATIs. Now, I've no idea what HAYAATI means, and I'm guessing someone will drop a comment and say, Leggy, HAYAATI means whatever. I don't know. But why would they use the same name? Why would they use the same bottle? I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But anyway, maybe there's a little bit of a link with Latifah and Fragrance World. I don't know. Here we go. So my first bottle literally is gone. It's finished. Hammered. Look, nothing. Empty. And the reason why, my friends, the reason why is because I fell head over heels in love with this fragrance. You're going to say, Leggy, whoa, calm down a bit, old boy. How much is it? It is dirtily cheap. When I say that, I mean HAYAATI Royale by Fragrance World, the 100ml eau de parfum. I purchased this on eBay for ready. £16.99 British pence. Under £20. How on earth? How on earth can it be that cheap and that good? However, my second bottle of HAYAATI Royale by Fragrance World looks somewhat different. You're going to say, Leggy, show me the other one so I can compare it. Right, calm down. Oh yeah. Right then. So the first one was very much the same style as some of the Latifahs. The second one is a similar sort of style, but look, it's got like a different front and it's sort of a matte finish. And I was concerned that maybe, just maybe, the juice had changed. Nah, same juice. Are you ready? Remember, professional sprayers, one way then the other. You don't get that elsewhere. 100% this is worth getting. This, my friends, is gorgeous. Now, it is inspired by 1 million Lucky. Now, I do have a bottle, but because my bottles are all in bits, I can't really show you that. It's a bit embarrassing. 1 million Lucky. It's also very, very similar to Pandora Scents Milano Platina. Okay, and we'll come in a moment to which of these two is the better, or is there a difference between the two? But let's go back to the HAYAATI Royale. So this sails incredibly close to the amazing 1 million Lucky, which I believe is now discontinued by Paco Rabanne in their infinite wisdom. Okay, I don't think that was a wise move, but there you go. So what does it smell like? Okay, first things first, it is ridiculously sweet. And you're going to say, Leggy, I don't know about sweet. All right, let me try and help you here. The sweetness is, well, picture Le Male, Ultra Male. Picture sort of 9 PM by Afnan. And picture Latifah's Ram's Silver. Now, I'm not saying it smells the same as those, but if you're comfortable with the sweetness in those, it's the same sort of sweetness. Okay? So, you're going to say, wait a minute, Leggy, that's a real sexy kind of sweetness. It is. This fragrance is ridiculously sweet, it's ridiculously sexy, and it's ridiculously, well, honestly, you will get so many compliments with this. Okay, now, what do I mean by a sexy fragrance? Because we perhaps need to define that term sexy. A sexy fragrance is a fragrance which attracts the opposite sex. So for a man, really basic stuff this is, attracts a woman. Okay, now the females are absolutely blown away with that. I took it to work and I sprayed it for every single female on site and they were all mesmerised by that fragrance. Okay, it's piercingly sweet, but it has like a sort of a slight classiness to it. But I think because it's piercingly sweet, it kind of gets away with being sexy and piercingly sweet. Okay, see, there are fragrances. Any of the Aaron fragrances, all right? Okay, they're all very expensive. I have a few. All right, any of the Aaron fragrances are ridiculously sexy, all right? But the sexiness with those is kind of like a guy who knows he's sexy. He's a mature guy and he knows he can just pull any woman he wants, okay? That's the kind of sexiness with those. But with the 1 million Lucky vibe, it's a guy who he doesn't particularly see himself as sexy, and maybe not everyone sees him as sexy, but there are certain people who just go, you know what, that guy's absolutely sexy. Okay, I don't know if that helps you understand. So it's piercingly sweet. Some people may say it's a little bit screechy sweet, but it gets away with it because it's kind of cheeky sweet, and it's cheeky sexiness to this one. Okay, it's not a smooth, laid back, oh no, I'm sexy kind of fragrance. This is a guy who hasn't got a clue he's sexy, but he actually is. Okay, so let's just wind back. 1 Million Lucky, at the top there's a gorgeous, gorgeous fruity note. It's a plum, and this plum is sort of so ripe and so piercingly fruity. It absolutely mesmerizes you from the start of the fragrance. Underneath the plum is some gorgeous, gorgeous honey, some gorgeous, gorgeous hazelnut, like a nutty sort of vibe, and underneath that there's some patchouli and there's some amber and there's a little bit of musk. Okay, the musk is very wearable musk. Okay, overall it comes across as an absolutely gorgeously sexy fragrance. Okay, I've used the word sexy so many times now, but I'm trying to get across to you, this is where this fragrance sits. Okay, now HAYAATI Royale, it sells incredibly close to 1 Million Lucky. In fact, if you're a 1 Million Lucky fan, as soon as you smell this, you'll go, 1 Million Lucky. But it does it does differ just slightly, only slightly. In here, the nutty honey sort of vibe just is stronger, slightly stronger than in the original 1 Million Lucky. Okay, it's still got the fruitiness, it's still got the amberiness, and it's still got everything else, but in this, the nutty honey sort of vibe in the middle is just tweaked up slightly. But that's a good thing, because that's a gorgeous section of this fragrance. Okay. Man, this fragrance is so good. In fact, while you're wearing it, you'll start hitting on yourself, you'll start chatting yourself up, and you'll start trying to get your own phone number and go for a date on with yourself. This fragrance, my friends, is so good. But you're going to say, wait a minute, Leggy. So that's £16.99 British pence, and the Pandora scents, which once again, look, honestly, I'm on dribbles. I have bought a new bottle. Look at that. Okay, so once again, I can tell you, because I've worn that an awful lot. Milano Platina by Pandora Scents. Let's put this on the other arm. Cat puts a little bit of a fight, but it does come off when you persuade it. Let me tell you how it differs. Okay, now I have to be honest, the Pandora Scents, let me show you the bottle while I'm talking about it. This, my friends, is almost 1-on-1. It's about a 98.25% the same as 1 Million Lucky. In fact, I'll be honest with you, out of all the Pandora Scents I have, and I have an awful lot, this is the jewel in the crown. Some of the Pandora Scents have a little bit of alcohol-y, chemical-y stuff. This doesn't. This doesn't, my friends. This Milano Platino is absolutely stunning all the way. This, my friends, replaces the Paco Rabanne in style. Okay, and if you want 1 Million Lucky, almost exactly 1-on-1, get the Pandora Scents, 25 British pounds. But if you want to spend the £16.99 and have a slight variation on 1 Million Lucky, go for the Fragrance World Royale. Okay. You're going to say to me, Leggy, okay, so you can only have one of these, which one would you have? It would actually be the Pandora Scents, because I like the way that that is almost a 1-on-1 with 1 Million Lucky. But then that's £25, that's £16.99, so it's a saving and it's a slight deviation. Honestly, these two are very close, all right? That is the better of the two if you want the 1 Million Lucky. That is a nice twist. Okay. Have I given you enough information? It's piercingly sweet and sexy. It gets away with it because it's a cheeky sexiness, okay? It's not a, I know I'm sexy kind of thing. It's a cheeky sexiness. It's ridiculously cheap. What about the performance? Performance is important, okay. We all know performance is important. Now this, let me try and find a couple of words to describe the performance. First of all, I would say it is decent, and secondly, I would say it is respectable. Okay, for the first hour and a half, this is coming off you nicely, and in the first hour and a half, that's when you get all the compliments, because it is coming off you very nicely. As you walk past people and it's coming off you, they just, okay, it's a very, very sort of, how can I say, nose-catching fragrance. Everyone will say something when they smell it coming off you, because it's like, wow, that smells so good, honestly. After the hour and a half, it sort of comes a little bit closer, and it sort of stays as a scent bubble for maybe another 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 hours. On skin, it's there into the evening. Occasionally in the morning, it's still there. And on clothes, now on clothes, to be honest, this is there definitely the next day, sometimes the following day as well. So honestly, my friends, you're right, okay, if you trust me, if you trust my judgment, if you trust the fact that I'm telling you it is sweet, but it's sort of Ram's silver kind of sweet, okay, so it's no sweeter than that. And if you want something that will get attention at £16.99, honestly, my friends, get this one into your collection. eBay UK, there's plenty of sellers selling it. I'm going to love you and leave you now. Having given you that recommendation, I would love a thumbs up, because you'll buy it and you'll go, absolutely leggy, it's spot on. Now, what about maceration? I have to be honest, when I first had the original bottle, it was a little bit too screechy. I mean, the fragrance in general is a little bit screechy, but it was just too screechy. I macerated that, and that is amazing. Well, was amazing, it's gone now. When I got the new bottle, I sprayed it and I was like, it doesn't really need maceration. Honestly, my friends, I macerate everything, whether it's an AA run fragrance or whether it's a budget fragrance. I macerate everything, so I did, and it changed very, very little. In fact, it scarcely needed maceration. But if you get a bottle and you spray it and you go, I don't know what Leggy was on about, this is terrible, macerate it, give it maybe 1, maybe 2 weeks in the back of it, having sprayed it a few times, put it in the back of your wardrobe, cool, dark place, ignore it and come back to it, and trust me, you'll message me and go, Leggies, you're right on this one, old boy. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you now, and I really appreciate the fact that you're just about to click on the thumbs up, if nothing else, just to shut me up. Okay, please come back for the next review, because hopefully there'll be another one. And please, please, please stay safe. But most of all, my friends, most of all, and the whole reason why I do these reviews is this. Please, please, please grab a good fragrance. This one is a fantastic example of a good fragrance. And the thing is, because you've only spent £16.99 British pence, you can afford to almost overspray it. If you're spraying on clothes, spray from a distance and sort of walk into it. If you have this fragrance, please drop a comment down below and say Leggy's right, this does need to be in your collection. Or if you buy it, after a couple of weeks of wearing it, please drop a comment so other people can see how good this fragrance is. Now, I appreciate it so long with you, and I really appreciate you staying with me. It is crazy, this channel, and I am gonna go now, so you can relax, no more waffle. I'm gonna go. I've got the little mouse thing right above the off button, so I'm gonna go. Goodbye.